Hi, Christine. Thank you for your question, and thanks to everybody at AARP for being part of the mayor's race and part of this process. I believe that you can do a lot of things in a city. You can do a good job providing the city services, but if you don't have jobs in the community, then it's very hard for your city to move forward because a job people need a job, be able to get the money to buy a car, to put a mortgage down on a house, to save money for their college education for their kids. It's so critical for us to have jobs. So I think the mayor needs to be involved in the process of both trying to recruit jobs, keep the jobs that we have here, and expand the companies that we have in our community. I did that when I was mayor. I focused on technology companies, marine science, arts, and others. We brought a lot of companies into the community. Stanford Research Institute downtown was a good example of that. Bringing Shahulian in the arts was a good example of that. But I also believe something that I learned when I was chairman of the Chamber of Commerce. And what I learned was that 80% of the new jobs in a city next year come from existing businesses in your company. So you have to do a good job of taking care of the businesses that you have. That means making sure your permitting department is working well. Whenever the government is interacting with the business, that's a smooth process, so it makes them feel like they're appreciated, that you want to have them in the city. And I would actually visit companies in our city all the time. I'd meet with their senior executives, and I'd have a conversation with them. And I'd say, how are we doing as a city? Are we providing good services? Tell us about how you think we're doing as a city. What are the good things that the city's doing right now? And then I would say, well, what are the challenges that you're having with the city? Things that we could improve on and to make it better, because you need to know that so you can fix them as you go along. And then I'd say, are you thinking about expanding your company in the city? Because if they expand, that's new jobs for the people in our city. So you want to try to get them to expand and provide the new jobs. And then I ask, are you thinking at all about leaving? Because if they are, you need to know to try to keep that from happening. We had great results from that. We had companies throughout our city expanding, bringing in new jobs and new opportunities for the people in this community. We actually prevented some folks that were thinking about leaving. So jobs are a key to making sure the quality of life for the people is great. And with respect to encouraging civic participation by people of all ages, that's a very kind of a special topic to me right now, because this election, my two children, who were 4 and 5 years old when I first ran for mayor a number of years ago, are now in college, and they're going to be able to vote for me. I hope they'll vote for me. They're going to be able to vote for me for the first time on August 29th when we have the election. And my mother, who is 92, just moved to St. Petersburg, and so she just cast her ballot to vote in my mayor's election. So that's, I think, a special thing. We did a lot of things to get out into the community, of people of all ages, to communicate to them about what's going on in the city and that they're part of the city. And I think that's key. The communication is the key to it. I visited every school in our city several times. I shook hands with all the children, thousands of children over that period of time. I would talk to them about being involved in the community, talk to them in the importance of reading, and let them get to know who their mayor was. I think that was an important thing. I think it's important for children in a city to know who their mayor is, because I think they feel differently about the city, maybe a little more proud about their city, and maybe feel more part of their city if they do that. But I think whether it's through our neighborhood associations or our civic groups or the senior centers that we have, the Sunshine Center that we have, I think it's important for the city to reach out through talking to groups, through social media, through our city channel, to communicate to the public. I think it's our responsibility to communicate to the public what is going on in their city so that they will have opportunities to participate, to learn, and to be actively involved in our city. I value so much the opinion of every citizen of the city, whether they're stopping me to talk at Walmart or Home Depot when I'm going around the city, or meeting them on the street, or whether they're writing a letter or they're writing a post into the city. I value the opinions of them, and the way you make a city operate great, in a great manner, is by making sure that you're taking everybody's view into consideration.